going on? It's your boy Gemstar. Get me back for another podcast. Another Mumz the Bomber Clock word. You get me? It's your host, Gemstar, wherever you want to call me. And we're here with my co-host.
No.
Say hi. Yeah, me. And we're here to talk some stuff as we do. Mum's the word.
Mum's?
So, yeah, Mum's the word, man. Mum's the word, man. But yeah, man, let's get into it straight away, man. I watched Love Island. Well, I was supposed to watch it last night, but I watched it today. I was behind.
The same as me, yeah.
I'm not happy.
Why are you not happy?
Because, you see Ella and Ty, their situation, yeah?
I listen. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You got your opinion, so I'm going to say mine. And I know you're going to say yours. I can hear you. You're dying to say it, and I'm like, I'm coming. Let me, as they say in podcast land, let me land. So yeah, as I was saying, boom. Ella has got trust issues, and we can clearly see that because of the past relationship she had. She got cheated on.
No.
Me personally,
you see that sentence right there? It's just that you're gonna get my back up because she said exactly what the other Ella said to her.
Yeah, but my point is that at the end of the day, you should be smarter as a gal. That gal is trying to cause problems between you and your man because she's saying that, I lipped him before. So she's going to say anything to piss you off, to get up your back.
Yeah, you've known Ty
for how long? Yeah, so I know why he's mad. He's mad because he's checking it like, if I've told you, that me and you are blessed and I've shut that gal down, anything she says to you after, she's trying to get into your head. So if you're coming to me and telling me, she said blah, 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 and it's the energy in it. I've been in these situations before, innit, myself, innit. The energy is, you said something that's made her think rare, and it's like, no, I haven't. I said it in a way like, shame, like, it's done now, innit, kind of thing, like, shame, that was then, this is now, innit, like, I'm on a thing. But she come and told you, like, it's a thing of, I'm trying to still be flirty. So that's why he's vexed, because he's like,
I understand why he's vexed, but he went around it the whole wrong way, and he's then sat down with old Ella and said, why haven't you listened? Why didn't you believe me? Why did it? But then he's not, after he spoke to the other Ella, and said she said that she didn't say it like that. So he's then gone and done exactly what he's having a go at her for. He's then believed the old Ella that she never said it like that.
Yeah, but my point is, he's angry, innit?
I don't care if you're angry. Settle your little self down.
No, I'm
after all the madness you've done, just settle yourself and have a grown-ass conversation.
I hear that. Do you know what it is? I hear what you're saying, but I understand when you get to a certain point where you feel like we're cool, we're blessed, because that's what it is, isn't it? You're right. They've done so much back and forth tennis. It's been here, there, everywhere. They've got to a point where it's closed off and everything. So why has it taken one girl to come in and tell you one comment just to say to you, he said? And then now you're over it with this tone, and you haven't chatted to man all day long, and you've aired me all day long when you could have just come and talked to man.
But then I'm exactly the same, yeah. If I need a minute to woo-saw myself, I was about to say something then. If I need a minute to woo-saw myself, you better understand that I need a minute to woo-saw before I chat to you, innit? So that I'm coming to you correct with the conversation. It's not a matter of I'm letting it digest and I'm taking it in and no, I just need to woo-saw before I come at you wrong.
Alright, fair enough. That's you, innit? Like you've explained it from a very mature perspective, innit? Maybe that's what she was thinking to do, but I understand why he got his back. I felt like I was him because I've been in these situations before where it's like, well, you don't trust, man. If I've done A, B, C, D to show you that I'm trying to show you that it's not that, and then you're still letting one person that you can clearly see, she's on me, but I'm not on her, and she's going to say whatever to you to get into your head.
But that's then realistically, he did the wrong move there by then leaving that Ella to go over to the other one. Realistically, he should have just called her over and said, come here.
Nah, that's what I would have done. You're right. You're totally right. He should have pulled her over when they was both there to be like, when I said what I said to you, what did I say? Yeah, you said it was a shame.
Because she full-blown lied to him when he went over to her. Full-blown lied.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, she blatantly lied. And that's what I'm saying. But what it is, because he's so angry there, he's not thinking straight because he's irritated, isn't it? Because what it is, remember what we talked about before when we were talking about certain things that trigger us here? And I said, one of my key things of being triggered is being ignored. And he's been ignored for the most of the day. She's ignored him for most of the day. So that's probably triggered him.
Yeah, that's one of my triggers as well. And especially, listen, let me tell you something, yeah? Don't think that you can ignore me and I can still see you live on shit, because that just winds me up more, bruv. Because I know that you're there, brethren.
Do you get what I'm saying? You can't, like, this is what I'm trying to say. You know, when you send people messages, yeah, this is the one that pisses me off the most, yeah. You be on WhatsApp, yeah, you send a message, yeah, like you see the person online, whatever. So so you know they're online. They might be doing something, whatever. But then what's the worst one is they'll go online, they'll see your message, then they'll change their WhatsApp picture and then come offline. So you had the time to change your motherfucking picture. You saw my message and you still didn't holler. I don't like being ignored. So imagine being ignored all day long. So he's think about it from his perspective.
But I'm that type of person, yeah, that like, especially if you're not like one of my closest, yeah. If you ignore me, brother, I'll just cut you off. I don't need you in my life, innit? You don't pay my bills, like you don't do nothing for me. It's cool. Like if we're not on that level where you know me that well enough to not even just send a little message and say, "Rah, bit busy," blah blah. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally agree. Busta Rhymes talked about this. He said, "Bruh, if I phone your phone, yeah, and you don't reply to me within like," he's talking like, I think it's like 15-minute time scale or something, and you don't get back to me, then there's no reason for you to have my phone number. I only deal with people that when I holler, they holler.
Do you know what? I see. I think I can't remember who it was now. I can't remember if it was Kevin Hart or someone earlier on. I was going through stuff, yeah, and they said to me, not to me, okay, they said their mum had told them this quote, and it's something that they live by, yeah. If you have a problem with me, message me or call me. If you don't have my number, you have no right to have a problem.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, that is so true.
That's it. If you have my number, you have no problem with me. Because the people I select, it's all a nice equilibrium. We're all in a good understanding.
But you should be able to come to me correct and say, like, listen, I don't agree with that, or I don't. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's it.
If you've got my number, you can do that.
You can do that. But yeah, man, going back to the Ty situation again, it's just, I understand why he was mad, because he's been ignored. So as much as you're saying that he acted wrong, maybe you could say that, but he's all, like, think about it.
But this is the whole reason why we do this, is because I see it from one side and you see it from the other.
Yeah, I know. That's why we do this, innit? I just see it from the perspective of like, you've ignored me all day. You're pissed off with me, and I don't even know why. I don't know why you're pissed. Like, there's an energy here that I know that it's not right.
But this is also the same trait that's been happening every single time she tries to have a conversation with him. I'm trying if I'm trying to conversate with you and you think it's okay for you to keep getting up and walking away, we wouldn't have another conversation.
No, I hear that. He is. Do you know what it is? He has dealt with it wrong, but it's just, I don't know. It could be a trigger for him where being ignored, it's just pissing man off. And that's all it was. It was just like, all right, you've ignored me all day. And then now when I finally find out what the situation is, it's me not being trusted. So you're pissed off with me over, basically, you've let some alien girl come into our situation, yeah, and tell you two things, and now straight away you believe it. So you're over here asking me questions, and then you're saying things like, oh, I'm tired of having to hear things from girls, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, the girls try to chat shit. And let's be real, innit? Like, let's be real. Like, Ty's an attractive guy. There's going to be bare girls on the outside that are going to try to tell you shit about me. Can you handle that? And the thing is as well, yeah, Whitney was doing her, this is why I love Whitney so fucking much. Oh, I swear, that's one down.
No, we've done it about 4 times already, babe.
Have we swore 8 times already? Serious?
Yeah.
Bro, like, you know what, man, to just have to hold it down. But yeah, like, what was I saying again? Yeah, Whitney. She was moving how she always moves. She spoke to Ellen. She's like, listen, are you going to be the woman to make him change and grow? Because he's got that potential and you can be that woman. But the question is, are you that woman? Yeah. I said, listen to these grown vibes here. Listen to these big woman talks here. Trying to school her and say, listen, like, you both love each other. But the problem is, there's all this clashing going on, innit? And I told you what the issue is you could look at Ty's issue and say, maybe sometimes he's a bit emotional. Sometimes he's a bit emotional. Do you get what I'm saying? I would love to know what Star Sign is. But sometimes he's emotional. But she has got trust issues. And she said it herself. She's been cheated on. So when you've been cheated on, and you're with a guy that's very attractive, and there's a lot of girls that are going to move to him, yeah, because of how he looks, yeah, you've got to be able to be strong enough to handle that. Are you strong? And even she said, oh, I'm tired of having to deal with this. And then my mind thinking, part of that is you're tired of being in a situation where you feel out of control. Because you know that you get jealous very easy because of the past. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You don't have control of these emotions because.
So what do you think about the whole
you.
Mitch situation?
Mitch.
You need to back up from the mic, boy.
Oh, sorry.
That was so loud.
Let me stop moving the mic.
You got well angry then, boy.
I know. Do you know why I got angry? I'll tell you why I got angry with the Mitch situation, because
you said it in the last podcast, Jen, and for anybody that didn't listen to it, Jem made a statement that said that Ella is a fun time girl and the other girl is a girl for life. And so
thank you.
This is now the follow on from that.
It's the follow on from that. You see, look, thank you, co-host. I was so angry I couldn't get my words out. I was frustrated. Yeah, let me get into it now. Basically, if anybody is like seen the spoiler for tonight's episode, depending on when you watch this, I've seen a bit of a spoiler, and so there's a spoiler coming up. So if you don't want to know, skip the thing now.
Hold on.
Yeah? But, you know what I mean? Yeah, so basically what I'm saying is the mixed situation, yeah? Like I was saying, there's a spoiler coming up and we're going to talk about it. Basically, in the next clip, he's turned around and said to Abby that basically he really likes her and that he's maybe forcing the thing with the other thing. And that goes back to the point what I was saying before in the first podcast, was that gal is using you just to stay in the house. She don't really like you like that. She's trying to get to Ty. But
I don't even think she's just trying to get to Ty. I think she's just trying to stay in the house at this point.
She is just trying to stay in the house, but there was a sub-plan. If you know game, you know game, innit? I can see it in this gal, legend. But there was a sub-plan to Ty thing with Ty. That's what she said to Ella. So what happened was when man's come up, like, see when she lied, yeah? Think about it. When Ty's gone over there and she said, what? When I did, I'm not shut it down with you. And she's like, yeah. That was her in her mind going, oh, he's really not on me. You know what? I feel under pressure. I'm just going to lie and be like, yeah. I know you said it like that. Do you get what I'm saying? She tried to lie now about it and be like, no, but I said it in that way, when really you said it in a way to try to cause problems. And it did. But at the end of the day, your plan didn't work because man has proper come over and said, look, I'm not on you. Do you get what I'm saying? So what's happened now? She's more in a situation where it's like, I've just got to keep the mixed situation going because I just want to stay in the house and hope someone comes in. But we're more or less coming to the end now. But yeah,
I actually think it finishes in literally like a few days.
Yeah, a few days. The final's going to be in a few days. But yeah, Mitch is doing a U-turn on the thing. He's done a U-turn now. Like, he's trying to act like...
I cannot wait to see what happens in the Snog, Marry, Avoid.
Yeah, I
cannot wait to see who does what to who. And I hope Whitney gets bare marries, bruv, because she deserves them all.
Yeah, Whitney does deserve all the much. But she's good food. See, like, the mind state. And what it is, it took time for us to see that. It wasn't like straight away. Like,
I think it took for someone to come in to help bring it out. Yeah,
I remember I said that before. I said, I don't know if it's real or not, but he's bringing out a side in her that we haven't seen. And I did clarify that before, do you get me? But yeah, man, I'm not going to lie, bro. I was a bit irritated by the Mitch situation when I saw the spoiler. And then obviously when I'm watching it, I'm just thinking, bro, you're being played. This girl's not on you, bro. She's not on you. Do you see what I'm saying? And then when, like, remember they had the recoupling now, and then Abby's gone and picked, what's his name? Is his name Scott?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's picked Scott now. I know he was fuming. I know secretly he was bubbling. I can see it in his face, like, and I'm like, you can't be mad because you got this thing here, innit? But the deep thing is, you know, this thing's not really on you, and you're not really on her. So yeah, man, that's the.
But that's the foolishness that you men do, bruv.
What's that? What do we do?
It's the foolishness because you think, oh, she's a little bit prettier, and you think the grass is greener over on that side, and the grass ain't greener, Bridget. Trust me.
I know. No, but you know me now, yeah, with my wise old age now, I called it how I saw it, and I said, look, you got to go with the girl that's the long time, not the fun time girl, innit?
Yeah.
Maybe when man was in their 20s and that, and you was young, you would fall prey to that. You just, nah, she's a painting, innit? And then obviously a lot of it comes with, like, what your friends think, how you're viewed in your
there's definitely a lot on the outside world. There's 100% a lot of pressures and stuff. 100%. Like, and I see that, like, even I noticed I was saying it to a friend recently as well, and I was just like, really? And then I thought to myself, right, I'm rude, you know, because who am I to say that about somebody? Because nobody has the same type, realistically. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah, exactly. No one has the same type. Do you get what I'm saying? So you just got to respect people's preferences and what they like and that. Do you get
and
me?
Sometimes going outside of your type might be a good idea.
Yo, you know what? I'm a great believer in that now. You know, like you got to try different things, innit? You get what I'm saying? You never know, innit? You know that saying, they say opposites attract and all that. You never know. You got to try new things, innit? Like, imagine you're just buying chocolate all the time. Maybe sometimes you might want a little bit of white chocolate. Maybe you might want a little bit of like, I don't know, you might want dark chocolate with no milk in it. You know what I mean? It just depends, innit? You just gotta, sometimes you gotta change it up and try some different things out here. Do you get me? So yeah, man, I agree. Because even
just try not to get yourself in no complicated situations. That's what I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. But the perfect example of that is Whitney. Whitney's guys on her time.
Yep.
She like a bad boy. She like a man from the roads. She like a money man. She like them kind of man, innit? But she clearly turned around and said, that's not work for me. That's why I'm here.
It doesn't work. Unfortunately, it doesn't.
It don't work for her, innit? Same for me. Like, you try to have the bad B or the bad bitch or whatever. It don't work. Sometimes it just don't work for the longevity. So, you know, sometimes you got to try different things, man. But yeah, man. Love Island. Before we give a little insight on our views on Love Island, you get me? But speaking of something else that we mentioned in the podcast that I talked about. Remember when I was talking about the Adam 22 thing?
Oh God, I actually went and started looking up like different.
You done some research.
I went on, I did some research. I started looking up at different podcasts, and I was like trying to see what's going. I looked on his podcast as well, and I was just like, whoa. And when I see the dude, I've seen stuff about him before online, and I was just like, wow, okay. But the interview, I think I sent you the clip of it, where she says, I was so sore for days afterwards.
She stretched his butt. The man, remember what I said to you on the thing? I said, he looks like he's digging out guts. Yeah, and that's exactly what he did. He did what I said it said on the tin. He dug her guts out, literally.
I would, if I was Adam, I would have been broken-hearted to have my partner come back and tell me that we can't do nothing because I'm too sore and too stretched out, bruv. And that was her words.
That was her words. This is, let me explain something. This is crazy to me. The conversation that we're having right now about what we're having is crazy to me. But yeah, she was.
But do you know what I didn't realise? Like, you said that, like, obviously it was his wife. What I didn't know until obviously I did my research was that they've only not long had a kid as well. Like, why would you do this after you have a child? You've been together for a long period of time. If this was a thought process, why would you not have done this all before? Like, now you've brought a kid into the world, your child is going to see this because you're in the public eye and everybody is rinsing dad.
Like I didn't even I've had another well, my head's exploded again, and it's just like, so you've just had a ute, and this is what you're.
I think the ute's like 1 or something like that. Like, I know the ute's tiny. It's a little girl as well, like, which just makes it a little bit worse for me.
It makes it even worse. Well, you're gonna put your daughter on the gravy train at some point. Like, you put your wife on the gravy train of it. Like where does it stop? Like, let me calm down. Let me calm down, my girl.
Calm down.
Let me calm down. Yeah, let me like, what it is like, so she's explaining, that man stretched her out, and then imagine this, people, they've still tried to have sex a couple of days. So you've let another man dig out your wifey, she's telling you that, she's stretched out, and then a couple of days later you're trying to have sex with her, and she's like having sex, she's like, ow, ooh, ow, and these are her words. She's like, ow, ooh, ow, ow, because
the guy that was interviewing them though, I don't know whose podcast that was. I think I sent that to you as well. The guy that was interviewing him was so baffled as he was asking the questions, and he was like,
he can't believe it.
So what? Like, he was so baffled and confused at what was happening in this podcast.
Of course he was, and there's more. Do you know what else Adam did?
What?
He went on live. He goes, I want to say congratulations to my wife for her first BBC scene. He bought a brand new Lamborghini or some expensive whip.
Oh, but did you see after that? I don't know if I sent this one to you, where she says that every single time they talk about it, he gets like really turned on by it, and she said, and then she starts laughing at him and goes, "I think you're just trying to stamp your dominance or something," and like, you're trying to, I don't know, she's come out with something about like him trying to make sure that like she knows that she's his.
This is backward logic. So you get turned on by man that your wifey got done by a big black man with a big big donkey dick cock. Yeah, I'm saying it. What? YouTube banned me. No, I'm joking. But yeah, you got beat by a guy with a big ass cock here, and that turns you on. Then your wifey. Like,
I was so lost. Like, actually, going deep into the research and looking this all up, like, I was bewildered by, and the things that people are saying to them, not just like separately, like they have blown up through this, and they're on bare different podcasts and bare different interviews, and they're talking about this so freely, and then when they brought up about the kids, and I just thought, I understand if that's your choice in life, like I personally know a couple people on OnlyFans, and they've bought a house and all sorts, you know what I'm saying? So good on them. If that's you, cool beans, you know what I'm saying? Like, ratings for you, but for them to do this, knowing you've just had a little girl and how mad the traction is around you, this is going to be on TikTok, YouTube, everything forever. She's gonna see it
forever. And you know the worst thing is when she realizes that dad said this was okay.
Yeah.
This was dad's idea. That's gonna what kind of like example were you setting for your daughter for the future when these are the kind of things that your dad does with mum? And you know the other thing as well, there's another side to it. You know DJ Academics?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one like he looks like Jerry from Tom and Jerry the cartoon. Yeah, him. Yeah, see him, yeah. Do you know what he did? Do you know what he did?
Sorry.
Nah, I know. When I first heard that as well, I was like, he does look like Jerry, doesn't he?
Oh, God.
He does look like Jerry. He does look like Jerry. And you know who said that? I'm not going to take the credit for this one. I was watching this podcast and Erica Badu was talking to him or something, and she was like, you look like Jerry.
Oh, my
Tom and Jerry.
God.
And when she said it, I started busting up. She said, "Yeah, you do."
No way.
You do. But yeah, you see him. Do you know what he's done?
What?
You ready for this one?
What?
If you don't know nothing about this story, you're just first time hearing this. This is what this guy has done. He has done a watch along for the video.
He did a watch along?
He did a watch along of the clip and did commentary for it.
What?
No word of a lie. You can go on YouTube and find it. He's done a YouTube where he's watching the porn where Adam 22's wife is getting dug out by this black man, and he's there like watching, say, she's getting some long strokes right now. He's giving her the hard. He's commentating on it.
Why would
That's how viral
do
this
that?
thing has gone. DJ Academics has done a watch along to watch the porn video of Adam 22's wife getting done.
Wow.
This is that. You see me, like. Is it me, or am I just old school? Or am I on my time? Where is the world coming to? Like,
listen, seriously. I just don't understand the whole thing. I just find it so bizarre. And the generation below us are messed up enough as it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Things like that are just so mind-blowing. But I suppose it used to happen behind the scenes, and now it's happening on the scene.
On the scenes. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Like,
there's probably loads of people out there that actually do this. And it's just that because they are in the public eye so much that it's become such a big thing. Yeah,
that's it. But what it is they've monetized it. That's what they've done. They've monetized what this thing is. Do you get what I'm saying? But I still can't, like, it's still a thing that blows my mind. Because it's just like, how do you have a normal relationship after that? Like, hey, honey, like, you know, thought we could watch our video tonight.
Well, I suppose we'll see it pan out, won't we?
We will see it pan out. We will see it pan out. Also, I want to get your opinion on this. I know we're probably going to fall out on this one.
Oh, for God's sake. Here we go. Here we go.
Did you see Keke Palmer and the Usher situation?
I've seen little bits of it. But do you know what, I must say, I am a big Keke Palmer fan.
Go on. So when I start having a go about this one, you're not going to be feeling this one, innit? Because basically, what she's done, is she's gone to some concert in it. I don't know where she's at, or she's at some concert. She's wearing like a see-through, like bodysuit
with the black
cheeks, pandor, everything.
Yeah.
Cheeks, pandor, everything.
But everybody was going mad. She looked fire.
Yeah, she looked fire. It wasn't the fact that she didn't look good. She looked fire. But
she came out on grown woman vibes. She said, "Hold my ute, I'm out here."
But my point is, all right, cool. So we're gonna run with that. Yeah. She said, "Hold the ute." So the utes with the baby father, whoever the utes with, she's gone out, bum cheeks out, looking fire in the see-through suit. Next thing, she's caught on camera, fraternizing with Usher. Usher's there singing to her. She's all going ooh and looking like she's fluttering, and she's flattering her eyelids, and she's moving and shaking and jiving, and Usher's just shouting her walk on. And I'm thinking to myself, you've just had a baby 4 months ago, yeah, and this is what you're doing. You're getting caught on camera. And then obviously the controversy was that the baby father must have like hotted her or chastised her or had a go at her about what she was doing, basically saying, look, you're a mum, why are you out here moving mad? But he's done it publicly, innit? And then what's happened now is everyone's gone straight for the baby father and dragged him and said, listen, you're this, that, and the third. All right, say your piece in it then, yeah? Go on, I'm going to let you have the floor. Nala.
But listen, you're coming like some granddad, Bridget, on this conversation. Yes, you are. Why can't what? So because I pushed out a baby, I must be sitting at home with granny knickers on and knitting. No, she come out here. She looks fine as hell. Yeah, she come out here on her grown ass woman vibes, and she was dancing up on Usher. Do you know how many females in this world would have loved the opportunity to be doing what she did? And she took that opportunity. The only thing I was a bit on is the fact that Usher is a grown ass man. And she's just a grown woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's just reaching grown woman, yeah? Like, but other than that, do your thing, girl. Why not?
All right. Let's flip the tables now. Yeah? A man has just had a baby with a woman 4 months ago, yeah? She's at home with the baby. Maybe the baby's with the grandma, who knows? But she's just had a baby 4 months ago. Man's gone out on the town, he's wearing, like, he's a very attractive man. He might be wearing a nice little tight vest. The muscles are bulging. And then all of a sudden, Beyonce,
do you know what this all comes down to?
Go on.
Trust.
Go on. No, hold on. Let me finish. Let me land. Let me podcast land.
Such a man, bro.
Yeah, I'm saying. So the man is now fraternizing with Beyonce or Lotto or Cardi B. Cardi B's rapping to this guy. She's rapping. He might grab her by her waist. He don't grab the bum, but he just grabs her by the waist and she's rapping to him. And that's
I would clap.
Would you be pissed?
No, I would clap. I'd be like, if you'd have turned her away, I'd have slapped you upside your head.
That's you. Most women would have been dragging that man.
Why?
How can you be? Because think about it. He's a man. If a man's out there 4 months, he's got a missus, she's at home, she's just had a baby, yeah, and then he's caught publicly fraternizing with Cardi B in some club like like Cardi B's all dancing up on him, she's rapping to him, same kind of circumstance, like a concert.
But it's exactly the same thing as when these girls go to the Chris Brown concert and they bring him on stage. Like, if you're not comfortable in your relationship for them things to happen, then don't go. Don't be in that environment. It's that simple.
I get that, but my point is
your point is you're coming from an untrustworthy mindset.
No, I'm not. Do you know what it is? It's not about I don't trust you. It's about I've been embarrassed. You've gone out. You're meant to be the mother of my child. No. You're meant to be the mother of my child, yeah? And you've gone out with your cheeks pandor, yeah? Yeah? With a next man singing to you. And it's public and everybody can see. That's embarrassing.
I could have a wedding ring on if Usher is coming to me to sing Bye Felicia, very trin, yeah? And if it's Cisco, you ain't got a chance at home in hell, bruv. I'd be long gone.
I know you would. And my thing is, that's my point, though, isn't it? It's embarrassing. So
it's not embarrassing. What's embarrassing is how he reacted, and that he should have kept it behind doors, bruv.
All right, let me give you that. Let's talk about that side of it, because I was about to get to that, Nala. I was about to get to that side of it. Cool, I will agree with you. He should have, behind closed doors, spoken to her and said, look, that's unacceptable. You're right. I totally agree 100%. Yeah. But then I look at it from this perspective. If you've embarrassed me publicly, I'm going to match your energy. But that's
that tit for tat mentality,
I know that. But think about it, though.
Mentality,
think about it. But, and I thought that as well. The mature thing to do would be not to rise to her level, i.e., even though you've embarrassed me publicly, I'm going to talk to you behind closed doors and say, look, this is unacceptable. You can't be moving like that. But he was like, no, Wanda, I'm going to match your energy in it. I'm going to match your energy.
Yeah, but then that's when you get nowhere in life. If you're on the tit for tat matching energy rubbish, yeah, then you're not going to get nowhere, and you're never going to be able to move forward or past that.
I get that. I get that.
Like, realistically, he could have called her phone and been like, babe, like, what I just see, I don't agree with. Like, you need to allow it. Like, had a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For all you know,
agree.
that could have been coerced with the people that were surrounding them. You know what I'm saying? To get Usher a bit of traction, or even to get Kiki a bit of attraction. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because this is how they work out there. And my man is probably took it wrong and whatever else, and now it's all blown up. Or he could have even they could have planned all of this and made him release that.
True.
You know you know. We both know how messed up the industry is, and the things that some people have no choice in doing.
This is it. I totally agree, man. Like, I do totally agree on that side of it. It could be. That's the only thing I agree on it. Where I was just like, he could have talked to her about my private, but then I tried to get into his mind. It's like, man's
but you can't never get into no one's mindset like that, bro. Because
of course, but I know what happened. He was embarrassed. That's how I would feel. I'd be embarrassed. I'd be like, right, is that my baby? Like, come on, all your man them are going to be coming to you saying, right, look at your baby mum. She was at a youth 4 months ago. Look how she's moving. That's embarrassing.
They probably would have gone, you feel like shit because she was winding up on Usher. Not even embarrassing. They were like, rah. How are you gonna do it? That's another Adam 22 situation.
It is kind of that. It is a bit of that, right? That's your pinnacle. Like, sometimes when we're doing what we're doing, you imagine I'm Usher or something. You're gonna start thinking those kind of complexes, man.
Babes, when certain tunes come on and we're doing our thing, bruv, try and know it's probably them I'm thinking of. I'm in a business.
There you go. So what you just saw, you're thinking about other people.
Sometimes, yeah, raggo. If there's some slow jams coming on, yeah, and
are you hearing this, man? Them. This is savage behavior.
If there's some slow jams coming on, sometimes I just get into my little fantasy world and I'm like, yo.
Damn, that's just. Do you know what? That's probably happened to me. Now you said that, that's definitely happened to me.
Sometimes it takes you. You'll hear part of the tune, and because you're getting into the little situation and you're getting into the tune, it takes you somewhere else. It doesn't mean that you're not enjoying yourself. It doesn't mean that you think less of the person. It just means that you're getting into that role, innit?
All right, fair enough.
Listen, I'm a grown woman. You get me? I'll tell you how I feel.
I know. I'm just sitting there thinking, this has probably happened to me. You're explaining to me here is something that's probably happened to me. I'm like, imagine someone else. Is that a par or is that not a par? You're like, no, it's not a par. It's not a par. I'm in a fantasy. I'm in a fantasy. Do you get what I'm saying? But speaking of that, yeah, like, I don't know if I should go there, innit, with fantasies, innit? You get what I'm saying?
No, I don't think we should go into fantasies.
I don't think we should go there. I've had a couple crazy ones put to me that I've had to fulfill though. I don't know whether it's too X-rated for me to. Nah, you know what it is. It's too X-rated.
Yeah, we need to wait a little while before we get into them situations. But definitely, when we're set up, we will be doing a strictly over 18s. Strictly over 18s podcast.
Talking grace. Yeah. Into the nitty-gritty grown people sex lives and what people like and what people don't like and fantasies. Yeah. Like, I'm big on fantasies, innit? That's one thing. We can talk about it surface deals. Like, I am big on fantasies, innit? And I am one of them type of persons that if I meet someone.
Do you know why I think that is?
Go on, why?
Because I'm quite similar in them senses, but I think it's because of, like, we've both had long relationships, and I think that people say, oh, how do you stay with the same person for so long? It's because you have no choice but to make sure you keep it fresh and keep it moving.
You gotta reinvent the thing, innit? You gotta go through like, and I do try to pride myself on those kind of things, innit? Where you try to reinvent what you do. Like, there's a lot of crazy things I've done. There's a lot of crazy places I've done it in. There's a lot of stuff I've done, man. Like, I think I've done everything except for, like, I think the only thing I've not done.
But you're going into too much detail now.
No, I'm just saying the only thing I haven't done is had a threesome. That's it. And that's the surface stuff. I haven't had a threesome in it. You'd be surprised. Like, people look at me like, you haven't had a threesome? I'm like, no. And it's because the opportunity's never presented itself to me.
You see, that situation for me personally, I don't like to share. Like, I need your full attention because I'm high maintenance.
That's what I was about to say. We all know about you.
High maintenance, bro.
That's what I'm about to say. Like, that's why I've never been bothered about it. Because I'm one of them people, it's like, as much as it would be nice to be meeting two things at once, yeah, it's like, when you think of the practicality of it, it's a lot of work, fam. It's a lot of work. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the way that I pride my thing, yeah, I pride my thing in it. I want to make sure that I deal with my woman properly. So it's like, I'm splitting myself, innit? Think about the practicality
Yeah,
of it.
but that
is
goes
you
back to that conversation we was having about them mad twins and that dude.
about the mad
Like,
twins
it makes
and that, exactly.
no sense. None of that makes any sense to me. Like,
No,
listen, like,
none of that makes sense.
Yeah, none of it makes any sense whatsoever.
But you got to spread yourself as a man. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Like, you know that every time it's that time, you've got to like say like, I don't know, one twin you're doing it for like, I don't know, half an hour. That's average time of sex, innit? Half an hour to 40 minutes, innit? Including foreplay. So let's say you're beating for half an hour one. Yeah, that's the average time, innit? Remember, and I'll prove it because in Love Island they had a quiz, and they said, "What's the average time for sex?" And I said I think I predicted 21 minutes, and the answer was 20 minutes. So let's say I'm extending it to half an hour, including foreplay. So you've had a little bit of extra foreplay, you've done what you've done, and then now you're actually doing the deed. Sex is between 20 minutes and half an hour. As much as people try to talk, I'll go for an hour. Your guts will be sore by then. You'll be Adam 22's wife by after an hour of just straight. Do you get me? Oh, that went on the mic and fucked up, innit?
Yep.
And I swore as well. Wow. I did bare faux pas all at once. Let's keep that anyway. I did bare faux pas at once. I got excited. I was talking about, you know what? But yeah, so yeah, like hours worth of sex. Whoever you're beating, they're gonna be sore by then, innit? So the average is about. Well, some people will be.
I don't know. I'm confused by all of that, but we'll get into that another time because.
Yeah, we'll get into that another time, innit, man? See, I wanted to go there, innit? I said, I want to go there. I feel restricted.
Yeah, the restrictions. We were talking about this yesterday when we listened back to the other podcast, and then we was like, "Rah, it's all right. We're cool. Like, it just sounds like us talking on a normal day today." But apart from like, we can hear that we're not going fully involved. Like,
if you was to hear our proper convos, people, if you was to hear the unedited, X-rated combos, oh my days, we'll be banned before you even start. Like, this is reserved. This is why we need to get a bit of traction. We need you people to like be listening, looking in, because when you get the real Gemstar and Nala, you will be entertained. Are you not entertained? You will be entertained. Trust me. Do you get me?
Yeah.
But we're on restrictions here. YouTube is just like, it's like a judge.
There's a lot of things though. Even like I find that every social's got different restrictions. Like even like TikTok, you can play music, but Instagram you can't. This one you can do this, and this one you can't. You know, like, and there's like a lot. So you have to try and make sure that it's okay for every single one. And there's a lot of restrictions in place, an awful lot. Yeah. Like just to post our podcast yesterday, I had to put over 18's restriction on it.
Look at that. And it's not even X-rated like that. It's just normal. We just said the F word and a couple like F-bombs here and there, innit?
We're talking about the Adam 22 thing as well, though.
Yeah, I know. That was Greece, innit? That was straight Greece. And we're doing the Greece again today with Adam 22. But yeah, like, what else is on the internet that I see? Oh, you know what else I see? That's it. Remember the madness between Tanzanese and Paige Keiki? Oh, yeah. Tanzanese wants a rematch.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, she wants a rematch. Do you think she deserves one?
No, not really.
You think it's done now, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we had this conversation about what I'm like in this situation, but with that, I was just like, really?
Talk to me. Tell the people what you feel. Come on, this is what we're here for.
I don't know. I just think when you have your charts, I think it's the same with any rap situation like that. Yeah, when you've had your chance, you take it with both hands and you run with it. There's no second chances. It's like, imagine going to war and running at the people and then going, oh, hold on, I need to go back because I forgot to shoot. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you don't get that second chance. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, babes. Like, like we can't do reruns, yeah? Like, this ain't Friends out here. We're not doing reruns all the time. Like, we can't fake the beef. Oh, excuse me, can we try that beef again, yeah? Like, yeah, no, man. I don't do the rematch shit when it comes to rap, man. It's just it is what it is when it happens, isn't it? If it gets traction, it gets traction. Good for you. If it don't, it don't. You failed. Don't come for me though, please. I ain't an artist.
Do you know I'm laughing? Because it's just that thing of like, obviously the first fight, yeah. I think she did well for the first fight. She did well, yeah. But obviously, Paige beat her, innit? Yeah. Only in the last round, innit? I think. So I think that's why she wants a rematch. But I just feel like you're right. It's done now, innit? Like I don't like.
I don't even know why they got in the thing in the first place.
Because it was what it was is.
Paige no, I know why, but I'm saying I don't know why, innit?
Well, why it got to that point?
Like, what was the point?
Yeah, I know. But apparently, Paige wants to start fighting now. She wants to do it professionally. Like,
yeah, listen, do you know what? I was watching her train and that for it, yeah? And I was just like, do you know, like, she wasn't, like, I don't know if you lot know, there's a thing called Sunday Smoke that Bouncer and Tyrone and that started. And
I know about that thing.
Yeah, and like it was a good little thing on there and whatever else, and obviously like Bouncer does a little boxing thing with Little Man and all that, like the whole boxing thing, especially like with YouTubers as well, like it's taking off. Misfits boxing, all of that, like it's doing really well, yeah.
It's doing well, yeah.
I've noticed that there's a lot of people that jump into these situations and they've done no training. They just think that they can run up in there and it's going to be okay, and the realization is that quite a few of them get their face knocked off, like.
They get their jaw spun. Yeah. Differently. Like,
what did you see the Swarms fight? Like his first fight, my man was running around in circles trying to run away.
No. Was that the first one they done? Was that the Swarms and?
I swear it was with KSI. I can't even remember who he was in there with. I think it was KSI, yeah. But Swarms was running from him, bruv. I was in stitches. I was just like, what is happening? But after that, yeah, he trained. And this is what happened with her. Like, I was watching her and she was training properly. Like, down to her food, down to that. She was training, bruv. Like, she took it seriously.
You need to. Like, boxing is a serious sport. It's not just going in the ring and throwing thumps. It's about stamina, speed, agility, balance.
But I think people think that it's not. People think that if they can do a little 1-2 bang on the streets, that they can do it in the boxing ring. And it's not.
That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way, bro. You could be throwing shots here. If a man's got speed and technique over you, you'll just dodge all that. Bang, you're done. You're on the floor. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just as simple as that. You need speed, technique, understanding of when someone's open, when someone's close, what part to punch. There's so much elements that go into boxing. It's just not throwing 2 thumps in a man's head. It's just not that. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, with the Tanzanese thing, I just feel like it's done now. And what I feel is, if she really wants to build traction for Paige Keiki, she should fight someone else. Like, take it seriously.
What the worst thing is though, yeah, is that cool if you wanted a rematch, like. And you said this straight afterwards and tried to build the hype straight afterwards. It's been how long?
It's been about 3 months, 4 months. It's been a while.
What you done? Healed and then thought, oh my God, like I need to get back on this mode.
She took some time to heal, some solitude. I can relate.
Like, allow it, man.
Oh no, you're making
but you're gonna get me set on by these girls now. They're gonna be like, who's this girl thinking she's chatting crud, bro? But it's just my opinion.
Do you know what it is? It's just your opinion. Well, opinions are like arseholes. Everybody's got them. But the question is, you're here with us right now, listening to our opinion. Welcome to Mum's the Word. It is what it is. You get me? Let's go. But yeah, like, end of the day, I just think if she's taking it serious, she should fight someone else. Like, you're right. It's been such a long time. The hype's died down from that. So it's just like, look, why don't you fight a couple gal, get a couple wins under your belt, get some, because what that is when you fight other gal, that's going to create publicity where you've created your own lane on this now, innit? So now when you want to come back to say you want a rematch with Paige, people are going to want to see it now because they've seen you fight a couple girl, you might have won, you might have lost, whatever, but they've seen you fight a couple girl. People are interested in you now because you've had a couple fights. So now when you say, yeah, I want Paige now, people are gonna be like, yeah, let's see if she look like she could be ready now, like, or she look like she'll tamp up Paige, but just to be like you said, like, you've gone away, it's like you ran away with your tail between your legs, like, you've healed, now you're like, yeah, I want a rematch. It's like, people care? I don't care. I think you should fight some other girls right now. If you're really serious about this, you're saying you want to have another fight, so that means training, boxing, whatever. Set up some fights with some other girls.
Yeah, it's dead.
Yeah, it is.
That's my opinion anyway, people. It's dead. I'm like, yeah.
It's dead.
Forget that. But I know that I heard through the grapevine not through the grapevine. I heard obviously from TikTok. TikTok is my
TikTok's the
grapevine.
source.
That KSI's got another fight coming up as well.
Yeah, who's he fighting?
I don't know. Just see that it was a clip I see earlier when I was on there doing some bits. But
KSI actually he can fight kind of thing. He actually proper trained. You can see that
proper trained, and so is his brother now as well. So, but like, I'm just so pleased that the UK is doing so much more now, because everything used to be the America this, US. America that, America this, America that, like, and finally, like, we're building some traction over here too.
We are, and that's what I love as well, man. You know what I love? This is when I kind of knew, that the UK was doing bits. When you start seeing these American men trying to talk like us, and then certain artists trying to rap like us. Like,
yeah, but I feel like Americans are always the way they talk. Like, we don't talk like how they talk, how they say we do. Like, they go, "Oh, can I have some tea?" Like, we don't talk like that, babes.
See that? Those are the ignorant ones. I'm talking about the man them that come over here, and they know the culture. What's that guy? There's some young rapper called NFL Chopper. I think that's his name. I don't know. I might be saying it wrong, innit? Like, Tuesday man's old, man. Like, you get me? I don't know about these rappers. But there's a rapper. He's young. He's got bare tattoos, He come over and he done a feature with one of these UK artists. The rappers rapping in our lingo. Like, yeah, it's long. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, rah. And obviously you got Juicy Drake always trying to talk like he's a road man. Like, what I like is that.
Do you know what I did like? Do you remember when, what's the film called? Straight Outta Compton come out?
Yeah.
And they all went down Gypsy Hill and all that.
They went to where?
They all went to Gypsy Hill.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. There's a clip of them online, bro. They was in Gypsy Hill. Like, Ice Cube.
All the man that was in the film, they went Gypsy Hill,
yeah. Like, there was a whole thing on it.
Is it? I didn't know that. So they just went to go to the hood to kind of like promote the thing and just chill with the hood man them and that.
No, I think it was more about them doing something towards the film or something. I can't even remember what it was for, but there was a few of them there, yeah.
Is it? See, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, they mess with us now, innit? Like, there's talent out here. There's a lot of talent out here. And obviously, being in music, I've watched music go from there's hardly any money into it, but there's bare money in it now, innit? Like these youths can make money from music, innit? But saying that, that leads to another part of this music conversation that I'm going to talk about. You know about the issue with, like, people not getting paid for their writing credits? You know about all that? Like, what do you think of that? Considering you've been in the industry for day dot, you've had radio stations, you've ran radio stations, you've had artists, you've done videos. Like, you've been in the industry, you've done your thing. Like, maybe I'm hot in your little CV
me up on radio.
I know. I'm beating you up. No, man. You have to put your accolades out there. So I'm asking the question.
Baiting me up on the podcast, you know, Bamba.
You get me? I'm putting the accolades out there. But as someone that's been in the industry, as I was saying, what do you think about that? Like, we're in a position where now.
Listen, I personally know somebody, and I'm not going to say his name, but he used to write, produce, and do everything for his own music. And because he didn't understand the industry, unfortunately, he lost everything. And they was making money off of every single part of his music. And he didn't even have the abilities to, like, put his music out. Like, he couldn't even send his music to somebody. Like, he had no rights to his own stuff. And he didn't realise what he had done. Like, they robbed him of everything, yeah?
Was this a label, yeah?
Yeah. And then he is a very, very, very talented person, right? And he basically turned around one day and was like, I'm not doing music no more. Like, it broke me, and it's not even me. And he was like, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm done. And then he went and started to, like, he educated himself. Like, he spent years educating himself.
Doing like music law and that, and learning.
Yeah,
like,
he read every book. He did courses. He then started teaching. He's like, he does it all now. Yeah, like, he knows the ins and outs of contracts and like every last bit. And you know what? I wish it never happened to him, because I feel like the world missed out on hearing his voice and his creativity. But I'm also glad that he sort of did that as well. Do you know what I'm saying? And I do advise any person that is trying to get into music to make sure you know your legal side as well, even if it's the basics, and never sign anything. Like, I swear by that. Never sign anything until you've made sure somebody that understands it has read through it. I know that there's a lot of people that are struggling and they want out, and they see that lump sum of money sometimes, and they're like, yes, right, this is my thing. Sometimes you don't even get that lump sum. How about that?
No, you don't get it.
You get a portion, a little 20 bags until such and such, and you have to sell so many, and it's complicated. Like,
the industry is crazy. Like, what I'm hearing about writers' royalties and the amount of royalties they reward you on production credit, like, it's like 0 to nothing.
Yeah.
So you like, I see something where Ray, see that artist Ray, she's speaking about this in it, and she's really pushing for writers to get paid. So she's saying there's people out here that have got top 10 hits, bruv. Like, they've written top 10 songs, sat in their yard, written top 10 songs, yeah, and they're broke. Man can't pay their rent for the month. Yeah. I was like, how the hell
there was a thing in America about this as well, and there was actually a situation where the man specifically had to write, I think it was 5 songs for this one artist, yeah, and he had wrote them, right, but they hadn't signed a contract, and they was pressurizing him to give over the stuff, yeah, and he point blank said no, and then people come bursting through his studio.
Well, tried to take the music.
Tried to take the music from him, bruv. And then he was like, luckily, what he had done was he had photocopied everything and sent everything to his solicitor. But obviously he had money, you know what I'm saying? So they knew what it was.
Smart move. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, that's what I'm saying. See what you got to do to protect your artistry now. And I'm just like, when I'm hearing about this writer's credit thing, I'm just like, it's crazy to me. It's like, how can you write something for somebody, yeah? They take the song and sing it and whatever, the song does well, and then you don't get no money. So how does that work? Yeah. How's that even legal? To me, that's modern day slavery. And then you've got the other things going
but then if you've got the don't quote me on this, yeah, but I'm sure that the person I was just talking about before, as long as you've got the, like, your royalty stuff all set up and whatever else, that there is ways of actually claiming back, as long as you've got the proof that that's your stuff.
And you're the artist. What it is the way you get paid now is by, you got to prove you're the artist on the song. So if you can prove that you're the artist, I think you get artist royalties. And obviously I think you get, like, I think that's it. I think you just get artist royalties. So if you're the actual artist rapping it, then you're going to get artist royalties, because obviously you get the beat is going to be production credit in it, unless you was part of the beat making process. So the only royalty I think you can get, don't quote me on this, but I think you can get is an artist royalty. So I
think the whole situation is just so messed up nowadays. Like,
yeah, of course.
I mean, it was messed up before, but
it's got worse, because even with streaming, like, you have to stream bare just to get a couple grand.
Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, I was watching some YouTuber that the other day, and he was like, oh, someone mentioned, like, TikTok, yeah, and they was like, oh, you must be minted on TikTok, yeah, and he was like, because he's got millions and millions of views and likes and stuff, yeah, and followers, yeah. So he went, look, I've never took anything out of it, and he showed him. He had something like, I think it was like 39 million likes or something, or whatever it was, and he had only earned like 600 and something pounds.
See it there? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? The monetary gain, yeah, from music and streaming is rubbish. Rubbish streaming. For example, man's got a tune out right now, yeah. I'm not famous. Boom. It's a feature on someone else's track, innit? They're the person that's got the traction, the artist, innit? I'm not gonna probably see no money from that. Even though it's a feature, it's all been done and dusted. I've got everything's legal and everything. It's on Spotify. Probably not going to see that much money. The most I might see £10 in 3 years.
Plug. What's the name of the tune?
What's the name of the tune? The tune is called, where's the tune? Look Away. I can't remember. Yeah, it's called Look Away. I think it's called Look Away and the artist called Xeno, which is EXENO. I think Xeno, featuring Gemstone. It's out there, man. It's out there. Xeno. Just what I'm saying. But yeah. Pardon?
I said, go and look, people.
Make sure, man. Make sure. And if you don't, I don't mind. So I'm gonna start pushing the tune soon anyway. But I know I'm not gonna make no money off the tune. That's the bottom reality of it, innit? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That where you make money now is through sponsorship and shows. So your sponsors and the shows you do when you tour.
But that's like when 50 Cent said, he was like, sometimes he can make more money in a club appearance than he can in a show.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Because it's straight cash in your hand, fam.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? You're going there, you can tell a man, look, 100 bags to appear. I'm 50 cent. Or 50 cent, half a mil, bro. Like 250, $250,000. Like, if you want me to come on stage and rip up the show and I'll be there for an hour or whatever, meet everybody, whatever. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you have to hustle the game. And that's what I realized. Like, a lot of these artists that are out right now in the UK that are doing well, a lot of them have been hustling the game for a minute.
Yeah, but you have to also make sure that you're not putting all your eggs into that basket. Like, if you really pay attention and deep, the people that are successful, it's because they have got their fingers in other pies.
Exactly, and that's my point. They've got fingers in other, like, music isn't their sole income.
Yeah.
They might have, example, who's a good example of that? Play that Fredo, brother. Like, apparently he's got the trainer thing in it. He's got the trainer shops. I think he's got like a trainer thing he's invested in. There's some other couple things he's invested in. Like, rap is just him. Like, he makes money off rap, but he's got other businesses. Do you get what I'm saying? So you can see, like, you have to hustle. You can't just have music as your only income.
Music as well. It's the same as football. Football, you have a limited lifespan. It's exactly the same as music.
I don't think so, you know. You know why I say that?
Unless you're an absolute legend in the game, like the Michael Jacksons, Whitney Houstons, and all of them, yeah. I mean, look at Lil Kim. Lil Kim's a legend to me. I love Lil Kim, but even when she's on now, she doesn't get the hype that she deserves.
That she deserves. I agree with that. But some people are able to keep that traction going. For example, N-Dubs is back out.
But that's because they went and came back, bruv. They just made sure that they came back at the right time.
There you go. But that's my point, innit? There's still a chance to come back. This is round 2 for them. That in the career of N-Dubs.
But I guarantee they won't earn nowhere near as much money.
I reckon they'll earn more.
Do ya?
Yeah, because there's more ways to make revenue now with music.
Yeah.
Apart from streaming. Do you get me? So I think they'll make more. I think they'll make maybe as much or more, maybe. Do you get what I'm saying? Money as they did before.
My daughter went to see them at O2 still.
They have a loyal fan base that have grown up with them.
They really do.
They have a loyal fan base that's like, when I check their comments and I'm looking at how the energy that they're getting, their fan base have grown up with them. Like, the fans are like, I used to listen to you when I was.
Who's your favourite out of N-Dubs?
What? Out of N-Dubs?
Yeah.
What, like artist wise?
Yeah, who's your favourite out of them?
Obviously it's Dappy.
Yeah, it has to be, bro.
Obviously it's obviously Dappy, innit? Dappy's talented, bro. Like, the guy's talented. He can rap, he can sing, he can produce, he can play instruments. Like, and why I respect their thing, yeah? Them man are artists. They're musicians. They're not just rappers or, like, they're musicians. All of them. Like, Phaser produces, Phaser raps, Talisa can sing. Like, she's not Mariah Carey, but she can sing. You get me? You know what I mean? Like, that's not even shade, like. You know what I'm saying? She can sing, bro. So the whole collective together, it just works.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So they're all musicians.
Did you know that she wasn't meant to be a part of the group?
No, I didn't know that, you know.
So it was him and Phaser, and they was trying to get someone else involved, yeah? I can't even remember who it was, if it was a random or something. I think it was someone from school or something like that, yeah? And the person never turned up. And
is it?
And then Dappy was like, oh, my cousin sings or something. Like, they was already in the studio or something. And then they called her and she said no. She said no.
Is it?
She said no to start off with.
Is it?
Yeah.
Don't lie.
Yeah.
Stop that. You know what, though? I got to give kudos. I think Talisa's a cancer, you know.
Ugh.
She's a fellow one of us.
Oh, God. Oh, God. I'm being just next conversation.
I knew he was going to say that. Yeah, she's one of us. But no, I was just saying, like, yeah, man, like, I do think you can come back out, innit? That was the main thing we were saying. I don't think everyone can. I don't think everyone not everyone, but there's a lot of artists that are still, like, freaking Wu-Tang are still touring.
But they're legends. Bro. This is the difference. They're not everyday artists. Like, you can't compare everyday artists to legends.
That's true.
You can't do it. They're in different leagues.
All right, let me ask you a question then. Out of all these new age artists, yeah, who do you think is gonna have a long career? Who do you think from who you see? Who do you think is gonna be here in, like, not even like they're here, like they can go away and then 10, 15 years to come back and people will still mess.
Do you know what? This is a bit of a random one, yeah.
Go on.
And people will probably think, what? But Stormzy. I think
I knew he was
Stormzy could.
I knew he was gonna.
I
Why
think
do you think
Stormzy
like
could.
that?
I think Stormzy
It's like I
could.
fought him as well.
Yeah, he could. So I reckon he could stop now, come back in 10 years, and Ed Sheeran, he's another one.
Yeah,
Them two,
yeah,
they
yeah,
could stop right now,
yeah,
come back in 10,
yeah,
15 years, and they'd
yeah.
smash it out of the park.
And it was still smash. Like, see when you said it. See when I was saying it to you. Yeah, I was saying the question to you. I was thinking of Stormzy.
Yeah.
So when you said it, I'm like, oh, you're doing that thing again. It was like the Transformers thing yesterday. It's just like, you're doing that thing again. You're doing that thing again. But yeah, I did think Stormzy. Stormzy's the type of artist that could go away for 10 years and come back and still do this thing. And Ed Sheridan as well. Speaking of Ed Sheridan, did you see the clip of him where he was doing a concert, yeah? And he was doing Lose Yourself, yeah? But he was singing, it's like, lose yourself, da 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 da. He's doing all the mom spaghetti, stars on the palms are sweaty. He's singing it, yeah. And then like halfway through, Eminem comes out and the crowd goes crazy.
No, I didn't see
you
it.
You seen that clip?
No.
Yeah. Like, I saw that clip today, innit?
But I do like the fact that Ed Sheeran can just seem to work with anybody. Like he can just fit into any genre. Like it's crazy.
He can. He's very versatile. Ed Sheridan is he's one of the most versatile artists.
Do you know what it is? He's a ginger ninja, bruv.
Yeah, he's a ginger ninja.
He's a ginger ninja, bruv.
He's a ginger ninja. Straight, bro. Straight. Because the guy's talented, bro. I've heard man rapping Ghanaian. I'm like, huh? What do you know about Ghanaian? To get me, like, jollof rice and them thing there. Like,
I love me some jollof.
Come on. We're not going to get into the argument which is best, because I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just jollof is jollof, innit?
But you know what? I'm really random, yeah? I love jerk chicken with jollof rice.
So do I.
I prefer it instead of rice and peas. I'd
rather jollof rice with jerk chicken than rice and peas and jerk chicken. Very controversial, I know. But you see me, I like to mix the best of both worlds, African and Caribbean. Why not?
But I think that is something one day we will have to put a little poll out. Whose jollof is better?
I knew he was going to make us do this, you know. Yeah, he was going to make us do this. Do you know what, though? This is what they do. Like, you see in that argument, yeah, this is where we're going to end it on the rice debate. We're going to end it on the rice debate, kind of. They always talk about Nigerian and Ghanaian jollof. They never talk about Sierra Leonean jollof. And that's where I'm from. I'm from Sierra Leone.
Do you know what? Sierra Leonean, yeah. There was, this is crazy, actually. You just said this, yeah. When I was up in the pub, they was Nigerian. And,
were they? Okay.
There was two families, yeah. So one was Nigerian, and the second lot that come in was and they I forgot what I was saying now. Yeah. Anyway, so we had to do a big party, right? And like this was the first time I'd ever witnessed a full on African party. I'm running a pub at this point. Like there's drinks going everywhere. They don't sell drinks like just a vodka and coke. They buy it by the bottle, and then like they was throwing money at the singers, yeah. And there was thousands of pounds on the floor, and then they put like all the food out. So they both did food because there were so many people. So we had both lots of jollof at this party, and you had people standing there going no and putting it in the bin and then taking it from the other one and vice versa. And I was like, I don't get this. What's this about?
I told you, people. This is the kind of beef. This is the beef that we have in our culture, where and I call it rice bougie. Where the Nigerians will be like, oh, we don't like the Sierra Leonean jollof. Throw that in the bin. Let's go and get our jollof. And then vice versa, the Sierra Leoneans will be dissing the Nigerians. Yes, this is Nigerian jollof.
But I do love Nigerian hot pepper soup.
Oh, please. I do. Hot pepper soup. I love a hot pepper soup, you know. Do you know what? That is the perfect food for when you're ill. See, when you got a cold.
Yeah, hot pepper soup, man. Steam that out of you, boy. Bun it out.
That's bunning out all that cold in your body, like. Do you get what I'm saying? There's nothing like a hot pepper soup, like. Yeah, we might have to do a food special at one point, you know. Like, you know what I mean? I'm doing like my food, you get me? Even though I'm not a fat guy, but yeah, definitely. I think we should do a poll at some point, innit? Like, what jollof is better? But this will be the poll where we put 3. Not just Ghanaian, Nigerian, Sierra Leonean is involved as well.
But I don't want to hear you whinging and crying if it loses, right?
No, I'm not gonna. I know Sierra Leonean jollof bangs. I know that for a fact. It's not gonna lose. It might come second or something, but it won't be third. You hear me? I know that. I can put money on that. It won't be third. Do you get me? It won't be third. Like, if it's third, like, I might even do a forfeit.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna hold you
I
to that because we got the recording now.
I've got the recording. I might do a forfeit.
No. There's no mic. There's no mic. You will do a forfeit.
All right. If Sierra Leonean Jollof loses in the poll, then I'll do a forfeit, innit? Yeah.
Do you know what the worst thing is? You said this, and now they probably won't vote for it just so that you do the forfeit.
Yeah, I know. Why did I talk? I talk before my time, but yeah, man. Anyway, people, we're gonna round it off there. Hope you enjoyed this podcast. It's episode 2.
Episode 2.
Yeah, me. Like I said before, we got the mental health one coming soon. Do you know what I mean? We're gonna do it. Don't worry, it's coming. We just want to make you laugh first before we get a bit serious.
Don't let me get serious.
You know what I mean? Maxwell D and JME and all that. You get me? So before we get like that, we're just gonna make sure that we just keep it light-hearted for now. But thank you for listening. Make sure you stay tuned to Mum's the Word. Yeah, me.
Make sure you like and comment and share. Tell a friend to tell a friend, please.
Tell a friend.
Let's
go. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell your brethren. Tell your brethren's friend. Tell them all in the end. Don't pretend. Let's not blend. Let's get Mum's the Word. Everybody around the world.
You know he's dancing right now, people.
Yeah, I'm busting 2 steps in my yard, man. 2 steps. The old man 2 steps. But yeah, man, make sure everybody get me, share this thing, share and like, you know what I mean? Let people know about it and get me. It's your host, Gemstar, and
Nala.
Mum's the Word.
Mumz.